The format tonight, 5 parts. Parts 1 and 4, opening and closing statements. 2.5 minutes apiece by each candidate. Opening statements, reverse alphabetical order. Closing statements, alphabetical order. Part 5, your favorite part, maybe. It's going to be the meet and greet, where you'll have a chance to meet the candidates, drill down, ask them questions, get to know them. They're all good men. Parts 2 and 3 are the questions. The questions were formed in 2 ways. One, June's meeting in this room for Lenawee 912 Forum. We passed out many 3x5 and 4x6 cards. People filled them out. We compiled them, we categorized them. We tried to get as much of the good material into all the questions. I think that you'll find that. I hope you do. Secondly, a real treat. That's in part 3. Part 2 is the compiled questions. Part 3, the candidates will ask each other questions. And I'll tell you more about that when we get to that point in the program. With that, we're starting 5 minutes late, so I've got to make it up. They don't have to use all 2.5 minutes if you don't want to. Or the 90 seconds that you're going to get on the rest of the questions. But if they do, okay, I think we all want to hear them. So I give you, for the first opening statement, Mr. Tim Walberg.
Well, thank you, 912 Group, for putting this on, and thank you, citizens, for coming out tonight. It's good to look out and see the many friends and neighbors, Boy Scout leaders, Kiwanis members, 4-H, all sorts of people that Sue and I have had the privilege of working with, serving with, and partnering with, and being neighbors to, and friends with for the past 32 years we've lived here. That also leaves a record. That also makes it very clear that you know me. I'm not a newcomer to this neighborhood. It's also great to see what impact the potential loss of our freedoms and liberties produce in bringing out a crowd. Amen. You have arisen to the concerns that are out there. Most of you know me, but just in case you don't, let me take the opportunity here to go to my BlackBerry on my hip, or my brain on my hip as it's known. And let me tell you who I am. I'm Tim Walberg, and this is where I stand. I stand for our founding principles, belief in God, our Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and Bill of Rights. I stand for freedom, freedom to start a business, to choose your doctor, what you drive, what you eat, to carry a gun, to teach and raise your own children, and to live your own life. I stand for personal responsibility. Let's encourage common sense, good behavior, or discourage bad behavior. I stand for limited government, limited regulation, limited spending, limited taxing, and limited borrowing. In this world, that means cuts. And I stand for life and all other American traditional values. I read that to you so that at any point in time, should you give me the privilege to represent you again, as I had the privilege to represent most of you for a number of years in the state legislature and then in Congress, at any point in time, you can come and say, Walberg, take that brain off your hip. I want to talk to you about something. I've heard something or watched a vote of yours, and I have a concern. Let's talk about it. You see, that's a responsibility. Responsibility of the elected public servant and the elector. To be a partner team together to make sure that this great experiment in liberty that is being severely challenged today by new and fresh ideas, hope and change, doesn't go away. And so that you and I have the ability to send to our kids and our grandkids and some of your great-grandkids an America that at the very least is what we had given to us. Thank you for your attendance tonight. I look forward to talking to you further.
Thank you very much, Tim. I'm going to take 15 seconds now to make up for my first 2 mistakes. I failed to introduce our timekeeper sitting up here in the front row, showing the cards and keeping us on time, Dan Kamel. I also failed to make an announcement that I was threatened with my life that I had to make, and that is that the beverages over on the table are there for the audience. Please indulge. Don't let us have to take them home. Thank you very much.